The following program is made possible in part by the Nancy Eccles and Homer Hayward Family Foundation, the Digital Media Foundation, Yellow Brick Road, and the Arts Council for Monterey County. A big thank you from McCate TV.
Hi, I'm your host, Dylan Holmes. You're watching On the Mission Trail on McCate TV.
You're watching On the Mission Trail, a student-produced news magazine on McCate TV. And now, On the Mission Trail with your host, Dylan Holmes.
Starting this episode off, we'll go down to Play Live Nation, which is basically a modern arcade. Archer heads down to a local skate park to find out why they love skating so much. Then, fire prevention specialist David Clark phones in about the recent wildfires that have been devastating California. After that, it's time to chill. We go down to Elkhorn Slough to take a look at some of the wildlife. Wrapping up the episode, Miranda shows us how to knit a headband, which is perfect for chilly weather. And now let's head down to Play Live Nation to see what a modern arcade looks like with console gaming.
Hi everyone, Brandon Pisson here. We're at the Play Live Nation in Northridge Mall. It's a modern take on classic arcades. Let's take a look around. How does this place work? How does the system here work?
So basically the way Play Live Nation works is we're the take on your old school internet cafe. You basically come in, you pay for some time, you sit down, and we put you in front of an Xbox console and you can play all the hottest games. We have about 120 games, all the way from Fortnite, Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA. We have something for everybody here. We also throw awesome parties, events, tournaments.
So basically you're just trying to leave the parents alone for a bit and just let them get a break from the kids.
Yeah, pretty much. I always kind of joke with the parents and tell them we're the cool babysitter.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, really. So what kind of games are most popular here?
Definitely Fortnite right now. Fortnite's definitely one of the more popular games all around the world.
Of course.
Call of Duty, GTA, basic games. Minecraft for littler kids. But basically those are the games I see every day I have to put a disc in.
So what are some of your favorite games personally?
Personally, my favorite games are Call of Duty, of course, Overwatch. I like Minecraft. It's just a creative game, just to chill. Chill at 1 in the morning and play and build some weird stuff. But I'm also a PC gamer, so I like League of Legends, World of Warcraft. Basic games.
So going off of that, what do you think the general age range of the players who come here are?
Oh, we have all tons of different people that come here, all different backgrounds, all different ages. We have ages ranging from 3 all the way up to 40, 45. I mean, gaming doesn't discriminate.
What do you think about the somewhat controversial statement that video games can cause children to be violent? Or what do you think about people who believe in that?
With that, I honestly don't believe it because, yes, the games can be violent, but it's honestly dependent on the parents. Because, as long as the parents are watching what their kids do and, how they are reacting to the games, that's about it. Like you can see a kid playing Call of Duty, he's very chill when he's playing it, but then if, there's no parent watching around, he starts throwing the controller when he dies, that's right away, that's just a sign of being too violent.
I know it's a controversial subject, but I don't really think it's a controversy to me personally because, I'm 34. I grew up on all the old school video games when they were really gory, Resident Evils, Bioshocks, Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
I've seen it all, and I don't have no problems. And I think it's actually kind of a good thing that kids kind of get experience to real life events in a video game kind of environment, not necessarily having to deal with it in the real world as a real world problem. They could see how the world is in reality, and they're not kind of just sheltered from that.
Looks like a great place for the gaming community. And now to Archer with a different kind of community.
Hey guys, we're at the Monterey skate park asking the skaters, what's up, bro? What's up, bros?
It's a beautiful day here in Central California. We got me and Liam, the 2 tallest skaters in the park, and we pretty much own the flat ground here. So if you guys think you're good at skate, why don't you come down here and see what you got?
I'm Jimmy Carlin, and I'm 33 years old.
All right, I'm Dominic Gagliotti, and I'm 12 years old.
My name's Tito. I'm 24 years old.
Hello, I'm Noah Cosgrove. I'm 19, and we're at the beautiful Monterey skate park. How long have you skated, and why do you still skate?
I've skateboarded since I was around 9 or 10 years old. I would say like 9 years old. I kind of pushed around on a skateboard and treat it the same way as like you would a bike and stuff. And then it really took over at 10, where it was like I stopped riding my bike around. It's just I got everywhere with my skateboard, and so yeah.
Can you guys tell me how you guys got into skating?
So I saw Tony Hawk do the 900 on TV, and that was it. I wanted a skateboard for Christmas every year after that.
That's pretty sick.
I just played a lot of Tony Hawk Pro Skater when I was a kid, and then I got a board eventually, and I was like, I'm gonna be like Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
I got into skateboarding because of my older brother. He always would just take me with his friends, and then from there he forced me to get better than them. So it's kind of just how it started.
I've been skating for I think 6 years maybe, and I skate because it's just super fun. It's kind of like a way to get away from things, you know?
Anytime I just come here to skate, I'm always just skating, and that's what I think about. So if I have an issue on my mind, it clears it. I don't know, it doesn't really bother me throughout the time when I'm skating with it. It doesn't resolve my problems, doesn't fix my issues, but it helps me think about it differently because, the skating helped me think clearly. Yeah. It helps me think clearly, after I skate.
Clears your head out. Yeah, I like that. That's why I skate too. Got all these issues over here, gotta clear that out, gotta clear it out.
I've pretty much been skating my whole life, and it's just fun, and my friends do it, and I don't really know anything else.
I've been skating for 7 or 8 years, and started because I thought it was dope. Sorry, I thought it was cool. And I kept skating because it's got a good community, a lot of friends, a lot of cool people you meet.
I skateboard now still because I just love doing it. It's just one of those things. I feel like kids grow up and they get into certain sports and stuff like that, but with skateboarding, it's so open-ended, so you can kind of continue it. And that was the thing. It's with skateboarding, in itself motivated too, in a way. I think sports are cool, that's fine, but the whole team thing, it's everyone has their own part to do. So with skating, it's you have your part to do with it. So if you do a bad job, you don't have a coach yelling at you, you have your own self yelling at you, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's why I got into it. I've always kind of been into the single sport type stuff, not the team sports.
Skateboarding has impacted my life in the same way I feel like it impacts every skateboarder's life. It just kind of gets in there and it just becomes an addiction that's not a bad thing, and you just go skate every day.
Basically, just you learn to never give up and to always have fun, because sometimes you're gonna fall, but you learn from that mistake and you just keep going, get better.
A lot of sports aren't really open-ended. I have had a lot of friends who are the guys that are really good at lacrosse, or the guys that are really good at football, baseball maybe, but once college is done, they kind of don't focus on it. So with skateboarding, for me, it was so open-ended to where it was still there. I was very thankful to turn pro. I was very thankful to have all these opportunities that I have. I traveled the world throughout my career. I was going to Barcelona at 20 years old, and China, and all those things. And the thing for me is I'm very thankful for it. But whether it's skateboarding or not, get into something that can give back to you to where you can keep doing it, because I see these. So mental health, it makes you happy. You have an outlet. I have friends that tell me, all right, Elijah, you want?
I skate pretty fast.
As you can tell, she's all faithful. She's been riding with me.
She's pretty cute.
She bad. She bad.
But the funnest part about skateboarding is the actual act of doing it. That never phases. And so skateboarding itself is so fun. And I love introducing the kids to it. Whether it's their scooter, rollerblades, bikes and stuff.
It's all wheels.
But I'm very biased, so I'm get on the skateboard, I don't say that, but I'm thinking that, and then when they do, I'm milestone achieved. Skateboarding is very big and small at the same time. It's weird, It's there's so much of it, yet financially for certain people, there's not so much of it too. And Monterey is cool because, I mean, one, the weather is amazing, and then two, there's a skate community, but it's a lot smaller. It's not so much of like a packed city, San Diego or LA.
Yeah.
So
we're like all together, honestly.
It's cool. It's smaller, so it feels more special, and that's what I miss about skating. It's cool that it's so big, but there was a part that I do miss where it was like so small and not cool. Where it was like you felt like you were into something that like no one could understand.
Hipster.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and now it's kind of like cool to be good at skating, which it bums me out. But I'm the geezer these days. I'm supposed to be. That's my role, is to be the grumpy old dude that says skating sucks these days and stuff. So,
I like skating a lot because it gets me really strong.
Awesome.
he's better at this than I am.
Thanks, Archer. Looks like there's a lot of great people down at the skate park. And now we have a phone interview with David Clark, a fire prevention specialist for CAL FIRE.
My name's Brandon Payson, and today we have a special news report on the recent wildfires that have been occurring here in California. On November 8th, 2018, Northern California was devastated by the Camp Fire in Butte County. As of November 14th, 2018, it has burned 135,000 acres, along with 8,817 structures. There's been 48 confirmed fatalities, with many more missing and injured. It's currently 35% contained. The fires have been so devastating that even veteran firefighters have been shocked by the damage. We spoke with David Clark, a public information officer and former wildland firefighter for CAL FIRE, and he told us this in this interview. How many different wildfires are being fought right now?
As of today, we have 9 large wildfires burning in the state of California.
And who has been affected by these recent fires so far?
Affected, we've got at least 15,000 people are still evacuated from their homes in the Northern California area. As far as lives lost, as a result of these fires, the total of lives lost has been total of 42 lives have been lost as a result of these fires.
What starts these wildfires?
Right now, the cause of these fires is under investigation. CAL FIRE is actively investigating the cause of these fires and will update you on a cause as it becomes available.
Is this common for this time of year?
Typically in California, we're having a year-round fire season, although October has been a high fire volume time of the year for the state of California. So typically people will get into that false sense of security that fall is here and that fire season is over. We try to emphasize to the public that don't fall into the misconception that fire season is over. With the high winds that come within the October fall time, it's right for California wildfires.
Do you know how it escalated so quickly?
We had very tremendous gale force winds between 50 to 70 mile an hour winds that were also pushing these fires and acting like a blowtorch. So the high winds and the dry conditions were a major factor in the fire.
What are some of the stories you have heard from the front fire lines?
I've heard from some of the firefighters that this is a very unique and very tremendous fire season. It's been remarkable. They've never experienced something like this in their careers. In the last 20 years of me being a CAL FIRE employee, I have not seen fires such as this. This is very remarkable, extreme fire behavior in the state of California at this time.
Do you know how many firefighters from the Monterey County are stationed up north?
I don't have an exact number of firefighters from the Monterey County area. I can tell you that now that there are approximately 2,800 firefighters here at fire alone, which is the Southern LMU complex. But at one time there were over 11,000 firefighters from all over the United States and the world here to help extinguish these fires.
Do you know how we could prepare for future wildfires in the Monterey County?
Yes, we'd like to, CAL FIRE would like to urge residents to return to their homes. They're urged to be cautious around the conditions that are hazardous that remain around the conditions. Also, they can learn fire tips visiting our website at www.fire.ca.gov and to always have a plan in case of a fire.
Have you seen the remains of the homes that have been destroyed?
Yes, unfortunately, we have seen the results of this devastating wildfire, and that we've seen numerous buildings and homes that have been destroyed. I personally have seen them also destroyed. I think you never get used to the feeling of it, going through a tremendous loss as a result of wildfire. Seeing the property that was either damaged or destroyed is one thing, but the loss of life is unbelievable. I can't express enough sympathy to family and friends of people who were lost in these fires. Very tragic thing that no one should ever get used to, and we hope that the public will take steps to prepare in case there's another event such as this, that they'll be prepared to evacuate their homes at a moment's notice and while living under fire conditions here in California.
Firefighters continue to get this devastation under control, and the full extent of the damage won't be known for sure for some time. Thank you to the roughly 14,000 firefighters fighting these devastating fires.
The fires truly have been devastating. My heart goes out to everyone who has been affected by these recent fires. And now, let's relax with some nature at Elkhorn Slough. Elkhorn Slough is a great kayaking destination with a large and diverse wildlife population. Now to Miranda, who is going to show us how to knit a headband, which is great for chilly weather.
Hello everybody, my name is Miranda and I'm here at the Crafting Corner. I'm going to teach you guys how to knit one of these headbands. So I got a couple of them right over here. So these are like perfect for the cold months to come. I would recommend either using them as an accessory for one of your outfits or maybe even giving them to a friend. So let's get started. The things that you're going to need today are size 6 super chunky yarn, kind of used mine up already, size 10 knitting needles, a pencil, this will act as a row placer, a row marker, a plastic sewing needle, and then a normal pair of scissors. So this project is divided into 5 sections. The first section will be casting on and making your base row. So with casting on, you're going to cast on 15, including the initial loop. So you're going to have 16 stitches in total. And if it looks a little bit wide, don't worry. The ribbing pattern that we're going to be using is going to kind of make it a little bit smaller. And as mentioned earlier, we're going to be following a ribbing pattern. So that ribbing pattern is just basically you're going to knit one, and then you're going to purl one. So knit one, and purl one. And you're going to continue this pattern throughout the whole row, and you're going to make 22 rows. So now that we have our 22 rows, we're going to move on to the second section. This one, you're going to start making the little strips that you see in the front of the headband. So to make the first strip, you're going to knit one, purl one, up until the 8th stitch. 7, 8. And that counts as your first row, so mark that on your row marker. And then with your pencil, that's going to act as a placeholder. So insert that into the other 8 stitches. So leave this row alone for a while, and then you're going to want to continue on with these 8 stitches, and you're going to do about 21 rows. So now that you have your 21 rows, they're all there, what you're going to do now with your free needle is you're going to insert it where your row marker was. Insert it there, take that pencil again, insert it at the top, because you're done with this row. So we're going to move on to the second one now. Now that your first strip is finished, you're going to fold it down the middle and then use the string from that first strip to continue on to your second strip. So then you continue the pattern, you knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. And in this one, instead of doing 21, you're going to do 20 only. So now you've finished your 2 strips. You got your 21 and your 20. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take the one on the row marker and place it right next to the one on the needle, making this little cross that you see in the front of the headband. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your needle and you're going to insert it from the left to the right. On one, and then you're going to take the one from the needle, make sure it's all straightened out, from the left to the right. So now you have your little cross. And like before, we're just going to continue down that similar path of knitting one, purling one, and like at the beginning, we're going to do 22 rows this time. So now you're almost done. You're pretty much done at this point. The last thing that we need to do now is to sew it. And I like to keep it on the row placer or the needle, depending on where you are in the project. And you're going to take these two ends and you're going to sew them together. The method that I like to do is I like to insert it into 2 loops first, and then go to the other side and then go in and out. If you have a different sewing method that you prefer, that's fine too. I just like doing this one because I feel like it gets it a little bit tighter. So now that you got to the end of your strips with sewing, what I like to do is I like to put the needle through those loops still. That way if somebody accidentally pulls on that string, it doesn't undo. I've had that happen before where like a child will see that there's like a little string hanging out and then they'll try to pull on it and it almost undid the whole project. Okay, take out your row placer, tighten it as tight as you can, tight. Make sure there's a little bit of space. And now you just cut off the excess string. There you go, you got your finished project. So like I said earlier, this is a really good project for if you're just beginning, but you know how to knit and purl already. I would say that it's also a really good gift for somebody. The kind of yarn that I bought, the Lions brand yarn, it makes enough for 2, so that's pretty cool. You could be matching with somebody if you want to. I really like to knit. For me, it helps me a lot with kind of like winding down, like meditating almost. And this whole project took me about 3 hours, but honestly, you don't have to do it in a whole 3-hour span. If you want, you could do it for maybe like 30 minutes, kind of listen to something in the background while you're doing it. It's a really good way to unwind and kind of like have some time for yourself, I would say. But thank you so much. I really hope that you enjoyed this project, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.
Thanks, Miranda, for that tutorial, and thank you for watching On the Mission Trail. Keep an eye out for future episodes.
The preceding program was made possible in part by the Nancy Eccles and Homer Hayward Family Foundation, the Digital Media Foundation, Yellow Brick Road, and the Arts Council for Monterey County. A big thank you from McCate TV.